So we are now going to be working on finding percent of change. Now, finding percent of change is the percent of quantity increases or decreases from its original amount. Now, it's very important that you always compare it to the original amount. So it's always compared to the original amount, not to the second amount that it changes to. Now, how the problem is the easiest part. Is it an increase or a decrease? Now, and the formula works this way. I'm going to draw a line here. So the amount of change is over the original amount is equal to percent of change over 100. It's really helpful when you're shopping to think about this sort of stuff and to figure out when you have a percent increase or decrease based on that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you look here, here's an example here, finding percent of increase. LeBron James makes about $16 million this season and about $17.5 million next season. What is his percent of increase of his salary? So if we look there, it's going to be, the difference is going to be 1.5. It's an increase. That's the first part of it. It's going to be 1.5 over the original amount, which is going to be 16. And then we're going to equal that out to the percent of change. That's what we're looking at over 100. If we look here, I added a new feature in here, or my calculator. So if we look here, we can figure this out. It's going to be 1.5 times 100 is equal to 150 divided by 16. This is just regular cross multiplying. And you end up with your percent answer being that right there, which is, go back here for this, 9.375% change. So 9.375% increase. So that's equal to the percent of change. So that makes sense because this is about a 10% change because it's about 1.6 more. And again, we want to check our answers. 1.6 would be 10%. This is close to 10%. Not quite, but close to it. So that makes sense to check your answers. Now here, if we say finding the percent of markup, that's when a store sells a product, they naturally mark up the cost a bit so they can make a profit. So the original cost is $30. The selling price is $40. So what's the change? The change is going to be 10 over the original price, which is going to be 30. And then it's going to be the percent over 100. For this one here, I don't even really need to go ahead and do the multiplication, but I'll do it just to show this, make sure it's clear. 10 times 10, or 10 times 100 is going to be 10 times 100. I know you know this, it's going to be 1,000. And divided by 30. And that's going to be our answer there. It's going to be 33.3. Put that over there if you want. That's the percent change. And again, that's a percent of markup. If we look down here, this is an example of a car, a Toyota Corolla. Again, Toyota, important to remember for the quiz that you guys will probably have tomorrow on this, on watching the video. So if we look here, this is a discount. The original amount was $12,900. It's now $11,900. And what we're going to do is we're figuring out the difference, which is it's going to be $1,000. And that's over the original amount, which was $12,900. Let's put a little line there too. And that's going to be equal to the percent over 100. And if we go back here one more time, clear this out, and now we have 1,000 times 100, so that's just going to be 100,000, but we'll do it the long way, times, okay, clear that out, 1,000 times 100 is equal to 100,000 divided by 12,900 That's going to be equal to, that's going to be our percent change, our percent decrease. So 7.75 is what we probably write that down as. And so that's the decrease. So it went down 7.75%. And if you go down 100% on something, something's free. If you go down 50%, then it's half the price. So that's it, and we are done.